Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, regardless if you are single or not single, whether you choose to be single or you're single by circumstance. What's new? Managed moderators can support your channel in even more ways. Introducing managed moderators. Oh, very cool. Sorry, I was just reading some stuff, but happy Valentine's Day. Happy Wednesday. You know, I personally think that we need more than just one day a year to tell people that we love them. So I'm coming on here and I'm telling you all how much I love you and thank you for all of your support. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but Indy, don't you fight me. Look, I gave her a kiss for Valentine's and it's still on her face. So yes, you're going to get to be a part of this live because you're always a part of everything. So if you have not met Indy, Indy is my just about 8-month old American bully little girl. And I say she's a little girl because she was teeny tiny when I bought her. And she is my constant companion. She keeps me company. And, you know, sometimes that's really sometimes that's all you need. You just need to have somebody that loves you, and she loves me, and that's good. And my children love me. Brandon, my youngest son, stopped by this morning, and he brought me some flowers, and I thought that was really sweet. And I really just appreciated his. Hey, come here. I was wondering what she was doing. She's trying to eat my blending sponge. So you go. You cannot do that. So I just thought that was really sweet. And I really appreciate it because I mean, in all candidness, I mean, in all transparency, because I'm very transparent about my sober journey. Um, the hardest part of becoming sober, the hardest part of that entire journey was remember healing the wounds of what I did to my children because I drank when my kids were younger. So when I became sober, it was a really hard thing to have to live. It was a hard thing to forgive myself for. Let me put it that way. It's super easy to, forgive myself for all the things I did. It was super easy to be like, well, honey, you had a problem and you can forgive yourself for that. One thing I really did struggle with was forgiving myself for what I did to my kids. And probably one of the best things that I ever did, and we did as a family is we started therapy together, and it was a real eye opener, and it's been really helpful knowing that you know I can finally let some of that guilt go, and by letting some of that guilt go, I'm actually I think a better mom, and it's I felt so let me tell you a little this is actually this whole live is taking a little bit different turn, but I that's okay because sometimes I think we say things at the right time when we're supposed to. But I always held on to that guilt of being an alcoholic mom because I felt like if I let it go, then I diminished or I took away their their rights to be upset, I guess that is. So I so I held on to that guilt. And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna keep this guilt because I always want you to know how sorry I am." And it took 8 years for me to realize that it wasn't helping anybody. I wasn't being a better mom by doing it, and I was actually being a better mom once I could just let that go and enjoy them for who they were at this moment. So with that said, that's all part of love. And today is Valentine's Day. And this is one of the reasons that I'm coming on here is because a lot of times in society, we get told what to do and what to think on a constant basis. Just the way it is, we're a society of we have like a hive mentality. And what happens is that we get told repeatedly over and over and over again that you should be with somebody. And as a human, we want to be with somebody. We want to have a partner in our lives and we want to share our experiences and our love with people. It's just the way we are. That's the way we're built. And then sometimes life just happens and that isn't in our cards. For example, I've been single now for probably 12 years. And it's not for the lack of that I don't want a partner. It's more for the lack of just it just wasn't the right timing. It just never worked out. And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay being by myself because I like myself. I like my life. I like what I have built. I am not a sad person. I am by no means like I would be happier if I had somebody in my life. So don't think that. But if I were to listen to the outside world and what they tell me, then I would be sad. For example, I had a very nice friend. He was an older gentleman that I used to work with, and he told me one time that I might find somebody if I wasn't such a strong woman. Now, he didn't mean any insult by that, and he wasn't trying to put me down, but he was really trying to give me advice. And I'm like, Rob, why would I change who I am just to try to have somebody in my life? And he could not get over the ideology of me being okay being by myself. For him, he was a different generation. He was just really worried, as me as a friend, that he was afraid I was going to be alone. So, long story short, he actually passed away during COVID. But long story short, I have learned over the years that it is perfectly okay to be single. I don't need anybody. Would I want somebody? Absolutely. But I'm happy on my own. And I just want this message to be out there that if you too are find yourself in a single status, like 364 days a year, it is never Peach Schnapp says, "Don't change yourself for nobody and be okay with being single." Absolutely. And that is the beauty of it. It's like I was saying, 364 days a year. It is perfect. I mean, we don't get bombarded with the fact that we're single except for one day of the year. That's Valentine's Day, because it is just really driven home that you're supposed to have somebody. So, my message is every Valentine's Day is for everybody who's single, just to tell yourself on a daily basis that it's okay to be single. My life doesn't lack for anything. I have a very full, rich life. I don't I don't think if I had a partner, it would be happier because it's pretty darn happy. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So this morning, I'm kind of giving a little spoiler alert for my video that I recorded this morning for tomorrow, but I tried to dye my hair pink and it didn't work out. And I actually I don't know if you can see it or not, but I definitely have some pink in my hair. Now you're gonna have to wait for the video tomorrow to see the whole process, but I dyed it like a rose gold, and and it didn't really turn out very well. So thankfully, I had some silver that I was able to put in my hair and get it to like a normal pink. But like I said, you'll have to wait for my video tomorrow to actually see the whole process. But like I said, I kind of dyed my hair kind of orange. And fortunately, I was able to fix it. And now it's pink. So Karen says, simple is great when you love yourself and enjoy your own company. Absolutely. You know what? And that's just the whole thing. It's like when I was drinking, when I was actually had a problem with my alcohol. I don't have a problem anymore because I don't drink. But when I had my addiction, it was very hard being single because what happened is that my addiction was telling me I was unworthy of love and that I was single because nobody would want me. And those are the terrible things that as an addict you tell yourself, because your addiction has to constantly regenerate a negative message in order oh, you like my hair? Well, now it's cute. Now it's purple. It was orange earlier. But your addiction continuously gives you negative thoughts, because if you had positive thoughts about yourself, if you were a very like self-loving person, you wouldn't inflict that kind of pain upon yourself that you do when you drink. So a lot of times when I say these messages and I really try to get that point across, that it's okay to be single. I think I do that because I'm really trying to help anybody out there that might have that same negative self-talk, just to hear it from somebody else and to hear it from somebody who has lived that experience, that that's not the case, and that you don't, you're not single because you're not worthy. And I think that at the end of the day, that's really the important message that I try to tell people, because I remember for so long I was thinking that myself. Mhm. So for Valentine's Day, not only did I dye my hair a very funky color, but I bought myself something, and I want to show you what I bought myself. Now, in theory, this is going to be very cute, in theory, but we'll have to try it on and see. But I've been eyeballing this from Free People for quite a while, and I'm sorry for all the rustling, but I'm opening it up. And it's like a really long shirt, but it's a dress. Oh, so this is actually maybe different than what I was thinking. So this is from the same people that make a really cute tank top that I have. But look at this. It's kind of, it's, do you like it, Indy? Is this okay with you? So it's, okay. All right. All right. Yes. Ugh. Okay, go. Sit down. You don't have to investigate everything. But it's super long, but it's almost like a thermal material, and it has a really high slit. So seriously, sit down. So it has a really high slit. So what I was thinking about wearing it is I wanted to wear this over jeans. Now, if I'm going to be wearing it over jeans, it's going to have to be loose enough for it to drape properly. And I'm looking at it, and it might be a little bit thin through my hips. I don't know. I'll have to try this on and show you. She is Okay, she is the sweetest, cutest dog, but she is so incredibly strong that when she's like, "Hey, mom, I'm going to stand right here and I'm going to do this," and I try to move her, it's like moving a furry rock. She is, she is really strong. So it has kind of like the stitching around. Do you like the stitching around the neck? Is that okay? The stitching around the neck is kind of like a raw hem around the neck. It has this turned up, the sleeve is turned up and stitched, so it's gonna look like it's rolled up. And like I said, depending on if it's going to be loose enough around my hips, I'll wear that over some jeans and maybe some Doc Martens. But that's ideally what I really wanted it for, was to wear over a pair of pants, because I think dresses over pants are adorable. So it's Valentine's Day. It is, what time is it? It is 11:24. I have dyed my hair two colors. I've done a short. I've recorded another YouTube. I have one that I am going to be posting as soon as we hang up here. I went to the gym. I worked out. I had a small breakfast, and my day has just begun. So I think that that sounds like a wonderful Valentine's Day. But I just wanted to jump on here, just to remind you again, if there's anybody out there who has any sort of negative self talk in regards to being single, I just want you to know that it's not because you just don't deserve love. It's just, everyone deserves love, and don't tell yourself that you don't deserve love. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. I will see you on Saturday. I will be back Saturday with my weekend live. Be sure to check out my video tomorrow. I show you how I saved my orange hair. Indy says, do you want to come say, come here, come here, come here. Tell him happy Valentine's Day. Indy says, happy Valentine's Day, and we will see you. We will see you on Saturday. Oh, and don't forget to look at the videos later today. Bye, everyone. I got it. Indy, stop. 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 No. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Move, dog. Bye, everyone.